second home. We come to conquer, no we never walk alone. We dominate, the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one, and one for all. Pass a new, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. It's been a few weeks again. I feel like we say this at the start of every fucking episode now. Yeah, I had COVID, unfortunately. My body decided to fail me, and I still haven't forgiven it. So yeah, we're back though. It's fortunately there's only been a couple of games really that we've missed in the time that we haven't done one. So thankfully there's not a great deal to catch up on. The pressing one, obviously, Benfica last night. Very different opinions, as you can tell by Jay's smirk already. I'm going to let you go first. I'm not even going to ask you anything. I just want to hear what you've got to say.
First of all, I'll fucking totally disagree with anyone who says we played shit because they're gobshites. In a nutshell, we played dead well. We played a game where we should have scored 5 or 6. It should have been over by the 50th minute, 55th minute. All being well, if we take our chances. They cut through them a piece of piss. They played lovely football, some brilliant 1-2s around their box. We made space. We looked fucking dangerous every time we got near their goal. What happened was we played 3 centre halves and a fullback. None of them have kicked the ball together on the same pitch in that 4, and our line wasn't as fucking straight and as compact as it should be, and it cost us 3 goals. But it happens. I can't knock the performance because they've scored 3 goals. If it knocked us out and they scored 5 or 6, and we went out, and the manager never fucking brought on a Van Dijk or that Trent and a Robbo, then you're gonna flip. But we were never in any doubt. We were always 2 goals ahead, and I think there was at least one of them that was offside that I thought. But credit to Benfica, they played that line spot on. They knew there was always going to be a Gomez or a Canate a yard further back than the rest of them, because they're smashing shit up.
Jay's second the place.
No, because they haven't played. You need a leader at the back, and none of them are leaders. Van Dijk's not there, and it's a massive difference in how people go about the game. I thought every single player, barring Naby Keita and Milner, were fucking sound all game. I haven't got an issue with the performance. I haven't got an issue with individual performances. Canate was at fault for one of their goals just by not being online with the other 3. Gomez was the same. But it fucking happens, lad. They're not machines, and they haven't been drilled to play in a line with that 4 before. It should be natural to just do it. But if you're playing alongside Van Dijk, you know where he's going to go and what he's going to do. Whereas they don't know what each other's going to do. So I've got no issues with the performance whatsoever. And I think you froze.
You froze as well. But go on, just carry on anyway.
Got no issue with the performance whatsoever. I've just got to give credit to them for taking the chances.
Fair enough. I mean, it's obviously game of opinions. I am the complete opposite. I think you're in the minority, the very big minority, with Keita being having a bad game. He was probably the one midfielder out of the 5 that ended up playing who actually had an alright game, but I don't think any single midfielder had a good game for us. Thought Milner was abysmal. Milner couldn't pass a fucking ball to begin with, unless it was to a Benfica player to put them through. Henderson was a passenger. Again, Keita, he had a few long shots. He was making his attacking runs that he normally makes, but they weren't really that effective as they normally are. Fabinho, come on, didn't really do what he was in there to do, protect the back 4. We seem to get worse somehow when the fucking main starters come on. It was strange. It was a weird game, and we needed to fuck that high line off at one point in that game because they'd already broke it twice and they had another, 2, 3, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 disallowed, which were tight. So I think we got lucky.
Not at 2 goals up, it's not luck. We've put ourselves in a position where even Jota said after the game, he got a little bit lackey-daisy, a little bit comfortable, and that's where the sloppiness started. At 3-1.
But when have we've seen that before this season, lad? We've seen it with Brighton. We were 2-0 up. We went games 1. We ended up drawing 2-2. There was another game this season. It's happened. It's
Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah. Get 2-0 up.
Times, I think that's the only part of the performance I've not, is that when you go 2 goals up, do you think it's 1? But when you're 2 goals up, then they need to score 5 goals at Anfield to go through or to go to extra time. To go to extra time.
They needed 5 to win it. It was 6-2 at one point on aggregate.
Yeah, it ended 6-4, didn't it?
It ended 6-4, yeah.
Yeah, but they need to score another 3 goals to actually win the tie.
Yeah.
The goals gone. So it was never in doubt. I just think the players thought, let's fuck about here. Let's just try and do mad shit. I think that was part of the problem as well. You had centre halves were going forward, the fullbacks were at 3-1 up. It should be shut up shop, get over it. Let's go boring and pass it round at the back and pass it round. He weren't. He was still going forward.
Does that not honestly concern you, though? Like,
no, not one bit.
Say Saturday, for instance, and I don't want to obviously fucking jinx nothing, but say Saturday we go 2-0 up at half time and then start doing the same shit against City. City aren't going to fucking... City will make us pay if we start doing that.
I think it's a complete... That's the problem. I think it's against lesser opponents, barring Chelsea, that we've done it against, where you think there's not a chance in hell these are breaking through us 3 times. So did you get comfortable? The problem I've got, it's not that they sit back, it's that they don't sit back. At 2-0 up, we should be taking the foot off the gas a little bit, but wanting to keep possession and wanting to counter-attack, knowing they're going to come at us. But we don't. We still play attacking football. We're just sloppier. I don't know what it is, but at 2-0 up, you should be going, right, let's sit a little bit deeper, let them have the ball, let them come at us and let's hit them on the break and put 5 past them. But for some reason, we don't. We just carry on the same game plan. And that's my only criticism of the tactics, is that no matter what score it is or who the opposition is, we go from being full throttle to comfortable and sloppy, but still going on the offensive constantly. And even yesterday, they scored and then we went down and could have scored, and then they scored again and we could have went down and made it 4-3. It was just one of them games. It was like a boxing match where the digs were just getting thrown left, right and centre. We just need to know when to take our foot off the gas properly and be in control of the game. The likes of your managers like Rafa Benitez and that are able to do that. 1-0 up, or when the man's at Liverpool, not Everton, but when they're 1-0 up, you had Mourinho was brilliant at it, Simeone's good at it. If you concede to them, you know it's going to be a fucking nightmare now because they're going to park the bus. And I wish sometimes we had that in our game plan, but we don't do it.
I don't know. It's just, I know what you're saying, and I completely agree. I think last night I was getting very sort of 13, 14 vibes from us, where it was a case of, we'll score more than you. It doesn't matter how many you score, we're going to score. It's like, we know, like they always say, defence wins your titles. And the defence, it's weird because the defence for the whole didn't necessarily have a bad game. They got let down by the midfield, all of them. And as I say, the 5 midfielders that played last night, I think Thiago was as, you know, naturally flair sort of player that he is. He's playing as no-look passes, but like, I don't know, they weren't as penetrating as they normally are. They didn't seem as to have as much. I don't know. It was just, there was something about the midfield as a whole that didn't work throughout the game.
I think it was the whole tie. It never had that. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I'd got 2 tickets from me, my half I'd have been there. But the atmosphere sounded brilliant from the off on the telly. Sounded spot on. I've seen videos. The 2 side stands shite again, sat down, tourists. But the Cop and Yanni Road are giving it to each other. Brilliant. Sounded good. At one point, couldn't hear Benfica for a fucking half an hour because we just sang over them. But it's one of them, lads. I just think the tie-in in itself was, we hate being in the lead going into the second leg. It's fucking horrible because we just don't, there's something about us when we're in the lead, we don't trust it. And we have to make it hard for ourselves. It's almost as if it's just meant to happen. It's just meant to be fucking, you're meant to be sweating at the end of a Liverpool game. That's when it was a quarter final of the Champions League yesterday to get into the semi-final. And at part of the game, it felt like a training match. Our manager made 7 changes to a team that hasn't lost for fucking months. But then I go back to the tactics, and we're moaning that Benfica got in a few times. You've got to expect that to happen at some point in the season. But we'd made 7 changes. We swapped the 4 mid defenders. We played the fucking nearly 40-year-old, whatever Milner is, in midfield to cover. Henderson hasn't been on it for a few weeks. He could do with a rest. And Naby Keita was just a passenger for me. And they're meant to be covering the defence, a brand new defence that hasn't played. And as I say, I think we've played that tactic no matter who's played, who's been the personnel in the side. We've played that tactic week in, week out since fucking the season started. And we've lost
last season as well, to be fair.
Lost a total of 3 games, so he's not going to change it now.
No, and I don't expect him to, lad. I think it's just, we've got to, I think, a situation like that, we've got to have better game management. And I don't know if that's the players, I don't know if that's Klopp. But like we said, we seen it last season. We tried the high line last season with like Kabak and Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, and it didn't work. And Van Dijk appears to be the key to that high line working.
Yeah, he is, because he's fucking absolutely rapid. He's strong. No one will even try and get past him. It's a mentality thing. You've seen some of the fastest players in the world not even try and go past him because it's fucking pointless because he's too good. Kanate, he's rapid, he's strong, but he's not Van Dijk and neither's Matip. And as good as they both are, you take a Van Dijk out your team, no matter how good the other players are, midfield, whatever, he's not Van Dijk. There's not a Van Dijk in the world. So to take him out, to take your 2 fullbacks out, it was fucking brave to say the least. But that's why we're toe-to-toe with Man City, because we believe in the squad. And as I say, if them 4 lads at the back play every game the rest of this season, I'll still expect us. I'll expect them to tweak that, be online a lot more often, and us not to lose many games. I think if you put our squad on paper with Man City's first 11, fucking very, very close. Squad, I think our squad's better. What we can bring on to what they can bring on. Like, we just won a Champions League quarter final against a team who's knocked out. Who's they knocked out? Fucking.
You were in a group with Barcelona.
No, haven't they beat Juve?
No, that's thingy.
Oh no, Villarreal.
That's Villarreal, Juve and Munich.
They've knocked out Ajax, haven't they? Benfica, who were the same as us, haven't lost a game in the group. So they were there on merit. They're not a shit team, and we've played practically our reserves. That's our reserves now. They're our second string bunch of players. It's fucking crazy.
It is. As I say, the high line has got to be tweaked when we're making as many changes as that.
I think the high line needs to be tweaked anyway.
That midfield can't start another game this season together. Milner and Henderson, we've all said it for a long time, they just can't play together. Keita, to be fair, I don't think he's played well when he's played this season. Last night was a rare bad performance from him, I think, this season.
Yeah, I agree. I think when I watched the analysis after it, he was at fault for 2 goals by just fucking off and the gaps. No one to cover the gaps. Now, tactically, we only see what's on the telly or when we're in the ground. We don't see the game of chess the managers see. And it is, when they analysed it yesterday, and it shows him moving into 1 square of an area where he should, and it opens up 2 squares for them to pass into, which opens up 2 squares at the back. It is a big, massive game of chess. And he was at fault for 2 goals by his positioning. he could have scored a goal. The shot he hit, the second shot he hit, so unlucky not to be in.
Yeah.
But any player on the pitch can do that. Can just hit the ball, hit an hope from anywhere, and hope it goes in. He had another one, went miles over. Out the three, he probably done a bit more, but his mistakes were more costly than anything they done, in my opinion. I don't think Milner was as bad as him, but
I think Milner was
forgiving ball
the
away.
worst player on the pitch last night, to be honest with you.
Milner, for the first time, looked his age yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was almost as if, like, come on, take him off now. It was like he played like a lad who's won a competition. 40-year-old fella who's just come from the pub.
You know what it was like watching? It was like watching a player in the Legends match.
Yeah.
Like, he can still pass a ball and he can still run about a little bit, but he's not up to the standard of a professional anymore, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know what's up tonight. It's a bit dodgy, but we move. No, he looked out of place last night. And I love Milner. I'd fucking give him a lifetime contract. I really would. But last night, I don't even want to say he showed his age, because I reckon if he starts again this season, he'll look fucking like a different player again. He'll look rejuvenated. He'll look like he's still 25. He's just got that about him. I don't know what it was. He was just having an off night. As I say, for me,
you play him against most midfielders. Even the likes of, if you play him against De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva and Rodri, none of them are rapid as fuck.
No.
That's what our problem was yesterday. Is they were fast, they were everywhere, they were first to every ball for a spell, and the midfield wasn't cut to it. And it
thank God
he hasn't played for months either. So throwing him in again, that was like throwing a 40-year-old in a 5-a-side game against a load of 19-year-olds. He won't ever play again. He'd be fucked. He wouldn't go back because he'd be fucked for days. Milner would be the same tomorrow. He'd be fucking wounded.
Yeah.
But not a doubt in my mind that if he plays in a team with Fabinho and Thiago, or Fabinho and Keita, that it's it. He'll do well.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like you could say, like Gerrard and Lampard for England, something happens when they're together. It doesn't quite work.
No, obviously, you know what? Obviously made up. We got through. Fucking who in the right man wouldn't be. I just think we can't gloss over what I feel was a poor performance.
We can't
though, because like Jurgen Klopp we're in the semi-final. But the thing is, Jurgen Klopp isn't going to go. He said in his interview, didn't he? If I'm not happy about being in the semi-final, come and knock me out and that. But he's not going to go into training the next day and go, "Ah, lads, that was fucking boss. That you didn't make a mistake." He's going to go and analyse every mistake that was made and give them shit if they need to be given shit for it.
Yeah, he will, and that's what management's about. But in the same sentence, he said, basically, couldn't give a fuck if we won 10-0 tonight. All we do, we've qualified for the semi-final of Champions League. That's all it was about. Our only issue yesterday was when it went 3-1, we didn't shut up shop. We still kept going forward, and the lads weren't online. That was it. If that's how simple football can be. If Gomez steps a yard, offside. If Kanate steps a yard, offside, and we piss it. But it was just one of them little tiny differences. But because they didn't do that, doesn't make the overall performance bad. That's what I was saying to you yesterday. They didn't play bad. If we'd have lost, you'd have come out going, how the fuck did we lose that? Because they took nearly every chance they had. Fair play to them.
Well, Alisson had a terrible game, barring that save at the end.
That save was unbelievable, though.
But that's why you'd have someone like Alisson in goal.
Yeah.
Because, but like I say, he had a bad game. He'd probably be the first to admit that. I think what I was looking at, like the scoring app I use on my phone, and whatever that is, FOTMob it is, he said gave him he was the lowest rated player in the game yesterday, 5.5 they gave him.
I don't know how. I don't get what he done.
He didn't make us, well, that's the thing.
He's going to carry us.
He only made the one save, didn't he? That's it. Like, he faced 4 shots and saved 1.
yeah, but I'm not being funny. Look at the goals he scored. Not one of them you're going. And I didn't even cross my mind to blame Alisson. 3 1-on-1s.
I don't blame him, but like when you consider how good he actually is at 1-on-1s, you've come to expect him to save at least one of them, at the very least.
The 1-on-1s usually are on top of him, where he's got to make a rash decision. unfortunately, all these goals, the strikers had time and being able to pick where they're putting it.
Don't get me wrong, that first one
Great finish.
was fun. That was fantastic. That was a unbelievable finish. The way he's like for a 20-year-old as well to be finishing like that, lad, was phenomenal.
But look at the third. The third one's in the side net.
Mm.
Alisson's not getting nowhere near it if he even tries.
I think the second one, he's made the rash decision because of it's a catalogue of things has made him make that decision. I think the defence hasn't picked it up properly, so he's felt he had to come out. The midfield again hasn't supported the defence well enough. It's a bit like the one Diaz scored in Benfica. The keeper's made his decision too early, and he's just got rounded, and that was it. I think
the second one was. I feel like the second one was a case of it was 100% offside, and he thought he'd started coming out and then thought, "Fuck it, he's offside," and he wasn't. That's what I said to me dad. But so we could talk about it all night, but my analysis of it, in a nutshell, played well, deserved to go through. Over the two legs, should have scored 10. On the night, the defence was a little bit off, and we got punished for it. Someone's going to punish it in them games. I'm just glad it was in just a Champions League quarter final against the team we had a 2-goal lead against. But just to say that I never felt like I was nervous because I knew they had a decent outfit. I was nervous, and then when I seen the team, and I was like, "Fucking hell, this is a bit fucking nervy." But then when we started playing, we looked so good at times. We just looked brilliant, and that's with 7 of our starting players out of the fucking game. So yeah, I'm literally not asked. Win every game 1-0, and they have 10 shots on target, and we have 1. Couldn't give a fuck as long as we win or draw, and it gets us through. Come on, the Reds.
It's just it's one of them. Like you said last night, I've got high standards. Leave me alone.
No, I know it's like that. The comparison is if we were to play like that against City, to be fair, we did the first half of the last game. We were a bit shit. We got in a few times, but it's just a different tempo, a different level. They could have scored fucking 3 or 4. So could we. That's why we're the 2 best teams on the planet at the minute. There's no one even close to us, and that's why I'm nervous for Saturday. I was watching the LFC TV channel. LFC TV. I was watching that, and the shit they were talking. They were chatting. Play Kelleher in goal.
I can actually see that with it being the FA Cup, but I wouldn't myself.
It's been Alisson most games.
I'd have to go back and look. I couldn't tell you.
Sure of it. But start Kelleher, start Simicast, start Gomez right back.
Wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be bothered if Simi started, to be fair. Like
what he actually said was, it's going to be a game of both reserves in the semi-final, and the fans are expecting it. And I was thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not. We've just rested 7 players in the Champions League quarter-final to make sure we're fit for Saturday. Not saving them for the league. We'll go full strength Saturday, because whether people like it or not, the FA Cup's all of a sudden nothing. We've won the League Cup and we partied like it was fucking 1999. Fucking made up. Whoever wins that game Saturday goes on to win everything.
You said that today, didn't you?
That's what I'm putting my head on. Because it's just belief. If we can beat them in a 1-1 game, if we could have done it in the league, as I said, they'd lose another 1 or 2 games in the league. I thought their edge would have fell off, because we're in their ground. Now we're in a neutral venue on a bigger pitch. It's going to be fucking hard, because at times they're a better football side than us with the ball. In possession, they probably are a better football side. But I think we work a bit harder and we find solutions a bit more often when it's not going our way, right? Teams just crumble under them, and then they have all the possession and that. I think whoever wins Saturday wins the FA Cup and goes on to win the Champions League, and then we'll see what happens in the league. But I do think it's a massive. If we weren't playing then, I don't think it'd make a difference whether we won or not. But if they beat us, and we'll be thinking. I think our arse will go thinking, oh, what happens if we get the final and they're there, the Champions League? And I think it's going to be vice versa. Whoever wins that game concedes everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that happening either way. I think on bigger stages like this, we more times than not, we tend to find a way to win over teams, even historically when we've been, I wouldn't say shit, but when we've been not as good as we have been. 2005 semi-final Champions League, Chelsea were the best team in the country by a million miles, and we found a way to beat them for the only time that season. Same the following season in the FA Cup semi-final, far and away a better team than us. We found a way to beat them for the only time that season.
Just what we do.
We know how to win when it matters, and City haven't got that. They haven't got that historically, but they haven't got it against teams of a similar level of them when it matters. So like the Spurs semi-final, like everyone put the money on them. Last season's final, everyone putting the money on City, couldn't do when it mattered. And I think they've got that in their head. Pep wants this too bad. I think Pep knows his legacy at City can't be complete until he wins the Champions League there. And I think it's sort of like a curse, almost, you know what I mean? And I think Benzema he's phenomenal at the minute.
I'll be honest, I think Man City, I think they win that 6-0 on aggregate. I think fucking rip them to shreds. If Chelsea can put 3 past them, that's easy. Out of nothing. They pull them apart.
Thing is, Madrid are one of them, though, lad. Like, look at it last season. When we played them, we just fucking tonked Leipzig, who were brilliant in the group, battered them both legs, went to Madrid, and we looked at. I remember looking at their team and going, "It's going to be about 3-0 towards this in the fucking Black Bernabeu," and then they fucking wiped the floor with us, dead easy. And it was like, what the fuck just happened there? Madrid have got that about them. It can look like they're dead and buried, and then they'll just turn it on like that. Lad, they know how to win the Champions League.
I just think that I just think Man City are a 10 times better team than the manager. I hope history prevails and Madrid get through. I really do, because I couldn't be asked playing Man City if you got through. I'd dread it.
I would hate that. It'd be the most hate. I would hate that final. Like,
I'd hate that more than if we got Man United. I would, because
Man United have already won it, so I'm not asked.
That's what it is for me. That I don't want them fuckers to ever win it, because I don't think,
especially not at our expense.
I mean, there's meant to be a FIFA fair play rule coming in where it is fucking legit. Receipts getting checked in that way. You can only spend what you earn, legitimately. So if they don't win it in the next few seasons,
you might never win.
If they don't win it this season, I don't think they'll go as close next year. So fingers crossed. We do our job. Everyone's talking like we're in the final. We're not. You've just seen that against Benfica. Teams put it on us. We can struggle. Villarreal are going to have all the confidence in the world. It's going to be a tough fight. But obviously, we'll talk about that close to the time we play them.
Just on that subject, Klopp has apparently asked for the Newcastle game to be moved, because it's a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday at the minute. And that's in between the 2 Villarreal games. So he's asked for that to be moved. I don't know when to, but he's asked for it to be moved.
It's fucking mad, lad, because every other country helps their teams. The Spanish FA will move to fucking heaven and earth if Real Madrid are in the semi-final and they've got a 12:30 kickoff. They'll just fucking give them the win and fucking the team off. Relegate them last. My team's in the European Cup semi-final. We want them in the final. Do what it takes.
Yeah, I'm just like, don't know.
We'll
see. Newcastle might not like that. Well, I don't give a fuck. They're not in the fucking semi-final. No, I agree. The FA don't help English team, their own teams out, and it's not even just us. They don't help. They've never done it. And it's a weird mentality. You'd think, the better your teams do in these competitions, the better it makes fucking the game look in our country. So surely that's what we all want, as long as it's Liverpool.
Man City. The other day, the show we put on, the two of us, it was fucking brilliant. Both teams were a bit dodgy in spells and both magic in spells.
Yeah.
So they've got to be thinking now, like, if we can get the two of them to the final, what a show for the Premier League.
Yeah. Be mad, wouldn't it? Out 3 out of the last 4 finals, English.
Without us in that league is the exact same as the Spanish and the German and the French. It's just a one-horse race every fucking year without us. So we hopefully we can find the magic to go all the way this year.
Yeah. No,
that's another until we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What lads?
That's it. No, I was just agreeing with you basically. No, you know what? I'm actually not that nervous for some reason. I'm never that nervous for the bigger games. I'm always more nervous for the fucking Brighton or the fucking Everton or not Everton. Who gets nervous for Everton?
I hate playing Man City. I've got the feeling when I play Man City, I've got the feeling I used to have against United and I used to have against Everton, where you think don't know which way this is going to go. I haven't got that feeling for Man United and Everton anymore. Now, fingers crossed I don't fucking jinx it by saying that, because we've got to play both of the cunts. But I haven't. I go into them games thinking how many we're going to score. And we've proved that the last times we played them. How many are we going to score past these fuckers? But Man City, it's a case of, are we going to turn up or not? And if we do, we win. And if we don't, we can get swatted. So, but that again, that's the beauty of footy, isn't it? But I am nervous, and I'd be lying if I said I was confident. Little thing I've read today, Guardiola's meant to be absolutely fucking fuming about players injured and saying the season's fucked and that. But
apparently, De Bruyne and Walker are both out.
Have you seen the tweet, what he's meant to have said?
No.
Let me just get it all. Don't know how fucking stupid it is, like. You know what this is like, lad.
But while you're looking for that, Walker and De Bruyne apparently both out. I don't know what happened with De Bruyne. I've seen Walker and his ankle seems to fucking go in the wrong direction when he makes a tackle or
what's
pass
happened
or something.
to De Bruyne?
I don't know. I know he come off injured, but I don't know exactly what happened. But it could just be Pep playing mind games and saying, they're both injured, I promise.
Well, I don't know who Kevin Palmer is, but he's verified. Ricky Gervais in his picture. Guardiola on Man City's injuries ahead of the semi-final on Saturday. We're in big trouble. We can't forget we played 3 days ago. Travel came here and have a lot of injuries. Now, I don't know what will happen in the next few weeks. So,
again,
did you hear all that?
Yeah. Broke up a little bit, but I did catch it all.
It could be mind games.
Could be. Pep is known to do this type of thing, so I wouldn't put it past him. I think something like this, there's no point speculating until we've seen the lineup. It's pointless. Like I say, he says De Bruyne is out. We've seen it before, and fucking De Bruyne will start. Someone put De Bruyne will Walker will both start, as will prime Yaya Toure, a 25-year-old fucking Sergio Aguero.
Sean Gold.
Yeah, fucking hell.
You know what, lads? And you've got it, like, and this is contradictory a little bit, but out of all the games that are coming up, like, people are going on that the FA Cup semi-final is not as big as the others. So, from a manager's point of view, are you risking Kevin De Bruyne for the rest of the season to play an FA Cup semi-final 2 days after you've just been booted everywhere and you've gone down injured? I don't think he is. Otherwise, or
is it bigger than it would being told it is? And he is risking him because it's not. Well,
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
But again, if you're getting chance, I'll tell you what, lad, your internet's shite.
It's not mine, lad.
It is, honestly. It's coming up. James Quinn, no bar.
I've
that's
got
you, innit?
full bars, lad.
It's coming up, no bar on mine. Now it's gone to 2. Yeah, so he's either going to blag us. It's fucking common sense. He's either going to blag us and play them, or he's not going to risk them because he doesn't want to hinder the rest of the season. But as I've just said, this game could quite well be the biggest game of the season. I think the winner of this goes on to win the rest. So, with that in mind, I can't see him dropping anyone unless he has to. And if he has to, then there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I don't know. It's I can see him going with that Stefan in goal because he has been the cup goalkeeper regardless of the game. I think he played the League Cup final last season for them, so I think he will stick with him. I can see Kelleher starting, but
Can you?
I can see. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I'd obviously. I think he will start Alisson, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kelleher did start.
Oh no, I'd be absolutely fucking surprised. Would I be shocked at the fucking goal if he never played the strongest 11?
That's it. I mean, yeah,
But
we want to see his strongest
if
11,
I'm
but
sat in Wembley and I hear Kelleher, I'm like, what's going on? And no disrespect to him, he's a brilliant goalie, but you know, the FA Cup and the League Cup are two different kettles of fish, and the team we're playing is different from Chelsea. These are ruthless. Yeah, I've just got a feeling Kelleher might have played one or two. I think Alisson played nearly every FA Cup game.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at them now. To be fair, Alisson played against Forest, played against Norwich. Did he play against Cardiff?
Because I remember thinking, if you're going to play
Kelleher
Kelleher,
played against Cardiff.
Play him in the FA Cup, and then Alisson plays, and I was thinking,
yeah,
bit mad.
So Kelleher has played 2, Alisson's played 2. By the looks of it, yeah, they've each played 2, so it could go either way. To be fair, I think he'll probably go with Alisson myself, but who knows? He could go Kelleher in the FA Cup, Alisson against United on Tuesday, or he could even do it the other way around. Alisson on Saturday, Kelleher on Tuesday. Who knows? Kelleher's proved he's a good enough keeper to start either one of them games, in my opinion. But yeah, I would, if I'm choosing, I'd prefer.
It's just a name. It is just a name. Alisson on the pitch. If Ederson's not playing, straight away our squad's stronger.
Yeah.
Straight away, instantly. His distribution, is the way he sweeps. It's just they're like for like keepers, Ederson and Alisson. One hasn't got a stupid neck fucking tattoo. But
they're like for like, but the only difference is the only thing Alisson's got over. The only thing Ederson's got over Alisson is better distribution. Alisson is better at every other part of fucking being a goal. Well, that's not even distribution, really, isn't a key part of being a goalkeeper. It is in today's game, but
I'd like to count the assists because
I know, yeah,
Alisson's got more.
He has, and I said this myself, but in terms of passing accuracy, and I think his distribution is marginally better than Alisson's. But what you want your keeper to do, save shots, claim the ball in the air, break up attacks if it's the last man. Alisson is better at every single aspect of a goalkeeper game.
Yes.
So it's not even, honestly, for me, it's not even close.
I just want to see us. I just want to get in that ground Saturday and hear the team and go, it's fucking on. And in me heart of heart, in me dream, Walker's out, Ederson's not playing, De Bruyne not even in the squad, and then I hear Alisson, Van Dijk, Matip, Robert, Trent, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
want to hear our best team. I just want to hear our best team and we fucking turn up. And I was saying to me dad yesterday, like what we were discussing now, the high line and that. De Bruyne's out. De Bruyne's not on their team. We could put our fucking defence on the halfway line if they want.
Yeah.
Because he's the fucking master unlocker, isn't he? So don't get me wrong, they're still world class without him, but our defence is fast enough to.
He just gives them something completely
and
extra.
Walker, and I'll be honest with you, I don't fucking rate the cunt, but he's fast as fuck. He's hard to get past because he's fast and he's strong.
He's got good recovery. Bit like Gomez.
Yeah.
And Gomez is a better defender.
Mentioned to Gomez because I had him fucking bought and sold and gone. I don't think he's right other than his positioning for the odd goal being keeping players on side and that. I don't think he's put a foot wrong at right back. I think he's been brilliant.
Yeah, he actually looks comfortable there. Like
going forward, his passing's improved fucking tenfold. He looks so good.
And you know what? It could be a case of you're not the only fan who said we need to get rid of Gomez. He just doesn't fit in anymore. There's too many players in front of him. Maybe Klopp's gone to him and said, look, your fourth choice at best, centre back now. We need cover for right back. Like, I'm not going to play you in for a while. I want you to improve your game at right back, because he was always all right if we put him there, he'd do a job. But now it's like he's starting to look like an actual really good deputy for Trent.
I think he's a better defender at right back than Trent.
Yeah,
and he covers the centre half. He cuts in and covers what Trent doesn't do and can't do, because he's not naturally not a defensive minded player. He never has been. Gomez is. So in that sense, you could do it. A Gomez, like for instance, we go 2-0 up against a team like City. Bring your Gomez's on, because Trent's just not trained to fucking stay back. He's just going to go and go and go. Gomez won't. And I think that is the man management we need to see in some games, where bring your Fabinho's on, or do you know what I mean? Bring your Gomez's on. Just fucking sit in, keep the ball, and fuck them off.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Looking forward to Saturday. Nervous as fuck. Could go either way. I just can't wait to get in there and see what the teams are, and to say hopefully we come out with another chance of another cup and
another trip to Wembley.
Yeah.
What time are you setting off on Saturday then?
Got to get to Aintree Retail for 7:30. So I'll probably get there about 5.
You'll already be half cut.
I'm not even thinking.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't even think people who've never met you would believe that.
I lasted a week, you know.
Yeah.
I went to races Thursday, didn't have a bevy, was all made up with myself, and then got tickets for the Saturday and was absolutely fucking mangled. And then went out to Sunday, still pissed for the Man City game.
Yeah.
And I had about fucking 12 bottles. Can't remember getting home. Got photos of me with some. Can't even remember where I've seen them. Got the fucking league and the FA Cup in my hands with me dad and everything. It's great. But what it's all about.
That's it. Well, that's it. Just save yourself for Saturday now, innit?
That's it, lad. That's it. Tonight or tomorrow.
Right. So, I don't know if you're not brave enough to do a prediction for City. Fucking hell. Kev, it happened. He's not going to do one.
No.
Fucking hell. No, I'm not even going to attempt it, mate. I'll be honest. It's too big of a game, and yeah, I'm not risking it. I'm not looking like a cunt.
I couldn't bring myself to say Diaz 2-0. I just couldn't do it. No, couldn't do it.
Nah, I'm looking forward to it. Be a good game if they've got you know what? I mean, part of me kind of half hopes they haven't got players out. If we're going to beat City, I want to beat them.
I want players out. I do. I'm not even asked if they play fucking 11, 12-year-olds and we fucking swat them at 100-0. I'm not asked. I just want to win. So my team: Alisson, Van Dijk, Matip, Arnold, Robbo, Fabinho, Thiago. The next position I'm struggling with, because Henderson, Milner and Keita have been shit for a little bit. I'd debate playing someone, a Keita or a fucking Oxlade or a Jones ahead of Henderson at this moment. And if it's not going well, bring Henderson on, who can grab the game by the scruff of the neck and fucking rattle a few cages. But I'd go with a player. Thiago's brilliant at unlocking defences, but he's not going to bomb forwards. Henderson's past bombing forward. Fabinho doesn't bomb forward. So our midfield's static. Fabinho hardly goes out of our half. Thiago very rarely goes out of our half. He's just on the line anywhere. He's playing the brilliant passing. So yeah. I'd go for an Oxlade or a Naby Keita over Henderson, in the knowledge that if it's not working, bring one of the others off for Henderson. Again, Jota, Firmino. Oh, it's too hard, that. I love Luis Diaz. I love him, but I just think they haven't witnessed anything like him yet. And I think bringing him on with 35, half an hour to go, I think he wins you the game.
No, I think the front three is the difficult part for everyone at the moment because everyone's saying like Jota's developed this knack of offering absolutely nothing until he pops up with a goal.
Yeah.
Salah hasn't been on it since he come back from Africa.
Understand why? You've got to give.
Yeah, he's got to be burnt out, lad.
It's not even that. He's probably heartbroken. The biggest. They're not like the English. Well, they're not like Scousers. They love their fucking country. We hate ours. Whereas that will be fucking. That to him would be like Gerrard slipping.
Yeah.
That's what.
Twice as well, though. Like.
Minds. Do you know what I mean? That'll be killing him. Yeah, twice, and he missed the penalty in one
against the same team. Like, yeah,
against his mate twice. It's a fucking. And do you know what I mean? He's probably thinking, why couldn't I? All the stuff I've done, I've been the better player overall for 3 years. Why couldn't that be me? But it doesn't work that way. That's footy. He's got to get over it. He's Mo Salah. He deserves to play every single game of footy, but does he merit it in the past few weeks' performances? Probably not. But no. I don't think he influences a game when he comes on. I think he's got to be fucking warm. So Salah, definitely. Can you take Firmino out the side based on the other day? Don't know. Jota, can you? As Mane hasn't done much wrong. It's tough, and then Diaz. It's fucking tough.
Based on who started yesterday, I can see it being Salah, Mane, Diaz. Based on who started yesterday, which Mane has done well playing through the middle. To be fair to him,
I like it.
Diaz is just electric, and Salah's been off it for the last few weeks or so. But let's be honest,
Salah's gonna bang someone, so he may.
Salah just needs that one game where it all goes right for him, and then he'll still smash his record from his first season with us, and he'll get the 33 goals. He only needs another 13 in 7 games or 8 games. He can do it. He's that good. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got Everton and United coming up, and so there's a hat-trick at least each.
All being well, lads.
On a bad day, no, he does. He just needs that one game where it all goes right for him, which it just hasn't been happening the last few games, and it happens, doesn't it? The best players in the world, they can't be fucking 7, 8, 9 out of 10 every single week. He's going to have a few games where he's fucking off form, and he's got to fucking get on with it. And fortunately, it's not like his first season where it was a case of them 3 and no one else. Now you've got.
It's a fucking headache. It's hard.
It is.
I could
nice headache,
now and tell you our best 3 forwards. I couldn't, because they're all different. Like Bobby Firmino on his day, it pissed me off yesterday because he was slating the defence. He made them 2 goals he scored by getting into positions he got into. He just ghosted past them at fucking pace, at speed. He done what brilliant strikers do, made the space for himself, and was too fast for the defenders to do anything. So on the day, they're all absolutely fucking magnificent.
I think on his day, Bobby Firmino offers us something that no other of the front players offer. He's the most unique out of them. To be honest, there's not many players in world football who play the game like he does.
He's selfless. That's where I think Salah and Mane are struggling a little bit, because when Jota plays, Jota makes the runs that Salah and Mane would usually make.
Yeah.
And whereas they need him to fuck off out the middle for them to get in. And that's the difference. Whereas Jota just thinks goal, Salah goal, Mane goal. Firmino thinks, what space can I create here for these 2 fuckers?
Yeah.
And they'll get all the plaudits because I haven't touched the ball. But it's him who creates them goals. So I think I think it's hard to take Firmino out the game based on yesterday's performance. But again, he's a perfect player to bring on when legs are getting a bit tired and he's dragging it all over the park for faster play. Imagine bringing Firmino and Diaz on. It's fucking petrifying, lad.
It's not fair, is it? It's actually not fair when you think about it.
It's great. Let's just hope it amounts to something.
That's it, lad.
If we don't win another trophy this season, being a roller coaster, but we're only a League Cup to show for it, it'd be not disheartening, but it'd be disappointing, because we have deserved more for what we've done. The memories again they've gave us, the nights they gave us, the ups and the downs. Well, there's not been many fucking downs so far. It's just magnificent supporting this team, and credit to Klopp and the lads. And I'm in love with him, and I feel fine. Yes.
I think we'll wrap it up there then, and have a good time at Wembley. I'm sure you will. Come back absolutely bladdered. Love it.
Me and one. I like
Love
that.
it. Exclusive, world exclusive.
Exclusive, scoutrepublic.com. Yeah, get on the Isle Abbey Road.
Love it. Yeah. Now, have a good time at Wembley, lad. I'm sure you will.
I'm
Don't
your
get
best.
too pissed.
Got me smoke bombs ready.
Remember, only get pissed if Liverpool playing.
That's a fucking great rule.
Right. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back next week, definitely. Hopefully, maybe Monday, but if not, it'll be after the United game. But we will definitely be back next week. So make sure you follow us on Twitter at LFC Groove, Instagram at Liverpool Groove, and subscribe to us on YouTube. So, because we're fucking boss. So do it. Nice one. Ciao, man, everybody. Love you.
Ciao, mate. Up the Reds.
Up the Reds.